Hey there, pirates! Welcome aboard the Anime No Mi channel. Today we will see chapter 1140 of the One Piece manga and how it reveals to us the new level of Haki that Luffy will soon need to learn. I hope for your support to help our crew win, and to do so, you just need to click the thumbs up button, leave a like, and subscribe to the channel. By doing this, you will win an incredible devil fruit, so just comment which fruit you want. Guys, with chapter 1140 of One Piece, titled Scopper Gaban, we are treated to a sequence of events that not only deepen the mythology of the series, but also provide significant insights into Luffy's ability development, especially regarding Haki. The interaction between Luffy and Scopper Gaban, a legendary member of the Roger Pirates, serves as a catalyst for the protagonist's evolution, revealing complex layers of power and experience that Gaban possesses. The chapter begins exactly where the previous one left off, with Luffy showing confusion about the need to face Gaban. This initial hesitation from Luffy is understandable, given the implicit respect he has for figures associated with the Pirate King. Zoro, in turn, reflects on Colin's words regarding his father's formidable power, suggesting a personal connection and perhaps a latent admiration or rivalry. Luffy's attempt to grab Gaban's key is quickly thwarted. Gaban not only easily dodges, but also uses Haki to coat the key, smashing Luffy to the ground with black lightning emanating from the point of impact. This manifestation of Haki is particularly noteworthy, as it indicates an advanced mastery that Luffy is still striving to fully achieve. Nami and Rhodes' reactions, expressing shock and concern, highlight the gravity of the situation and the power disparity between Luffy and Gaban at this moment. The verbal interaction between Luffy and Gaban adds depth to the scene. Gaban comments on Luffy's straw hat, implying it suits him more than the helmet he previously wore. Luffy, with his usual passion, defends the importance of the hat as a treasure entrusted to him by Shanks. This exchange not only reinforces Luffy's emotional bond with Shanks, but also underscores Gaban's keen perception of the symbols and legacies pirates carry. The escalation of the confrontation is marked by Luffy's transformation into Gear 5, a form that changes the color of his clothes and even the Viking helmet, which merges with his hair, giving him the appearance of horns. This transformation is significant as it represents the current peak of Luffy's abilities and his attempt to match Gaban's power. Zoro simultaneously infuses his three swords with black lightning, indicating his own progress in mastering Haki. The coordination between Luffy and Zoro in attacking Gaban demonstrates their camaraderie and mutual understanding in combat. However, before the confrontation reaches its climax, Gaban unexpectedly halts the fight and hands the key to Luffy. This unexpected action suggests that Gaban's goal was not to defeat Luffy, but perhaps to test him or teach him something valuable. Luffy and Zoro's frustration at not being able to continue the battle indicates their incessant desire to improve through real challenges. A brief flashback reveals a conversation between Gaban and Shanks in Elbaf, where Gaban expresses skepticism about trusting Luffy. Shanks, with his characteristic confidence, allows Gaban to make his own decisions, showing the faith he has in Luffy. This scene reinforces the web of relationships and trust that permeates the world of pirates, demonstrating how legacies and expectations are passed between generations. Meanwhile, the chapter introduces new elements in the Sun World, with Shamrock and Gunko performing a ritual that summons two new Knights of God, Saint Summers and Saint Gillingham. The appearance of these characters adds a new layer of complexity to the narrative, suggesting that powerful forces are in motion and significant events are about to unfold. The interaction between the Knights of God and the mention of transporting children to the sacred land raise ethical and moral questions, pointing to potential future conflicts. The chapter concludes with Shamrock suggesting turning the mission into a game, adding a sinister note to the Knights of God's intentions. This nonchalant attitude towards potentially devastating actions highlights the threat they pose and sets the stage for imminent confrontations. As we have seen, this chapter opens new doors for Luffy's growth, particularly in the realm of Haki. Throughout the story, Luffy's powers have evolved impressively, but upon meeting Scopper Gaban, the young captain of the Straw Hat Pirates faces a new challenge that tests not only his combat abilities, but also his understanding of Haki and what it truly means as a power. The confrontation, though interrupted, brought to light several elements that Luffy can use to further refine his technique, especially if we consider the vision he had of Gaban's Haki during the battle. Gaban, as a member of the legendary Gall D. Roger Pirates, has an understanding of Haki that surpasses many others, a mastery that Luffy is still beginning to explore. When the sea veteran used Haki to coat the key and crush Luffy with black lightning, it wasn't just a display of brute strength. That manifestation of power aimed at something deeper, showing Luffy how Haki can be applied in much more subtle and efficient ways than he had imagined until then. One of the most valuable lessons that Luffy can learn from Gaban is about control and the precise application of Haki. During the fight, Gaban demonstrated a level of Haki that went beyond a simple increase in strength. Instead of relying solely on his physical strength, he used Haki to give a shape to the impact, something Luffy still needs to understand deeply. Luffy has already shown himself capable of using armament Haki efficiently, but what Gaban showed was a more refined form, blending strategy, intuition, and most importantly, flawless control over his own energy. As we know, Haki is a skill that cannot be mastered with strength alone. It requires perception, emotional control, and a deep understanding of one's own body and mind. Luffy, in his constant pursuit of improvement, often acts impulsively, which has been both his greatest strength and one of his greatest weaknesses. His confidence and determination are undeniable, but in terms of Haki, he still needs to learn how to moderate his intensity and shape his power more efficiently, something that Gaban can help him better understand. Another aspect of Haki that Luffy should absorb from Gaban's experience is the relationship between the armament Haki and the Conqueror's Haki. Gaban used armament Haki in a highly strategic way, not just to increase his strength, but also to protect the key that Luffy was trying to take. This defensive use of armament Haki is a crucial lesson for Luffy. So far, Luffy has primarily used armament Haki in offensive situations, especially in battles where his brute strength and desire to win outweigh the need for defense. However, Gaban showed Luffy that Haki can be just as, if not more effective, in protecting and controlling the battlefield. The way Gaban used Haki to coat the key and prevent Luffy from taking it wasn't just about strength, but about anticipation and intelligence. Gaban wasn't merely countering Luffy's attacks, he was controlling the situation, shaping the outcome of the confrontation through a subtle yet powerful application of his Haki. This is something Luffy can crucially absorb for his future. Haki isn't just a resource to be used in moments of pure physical combat, but also a tool for strategy and anticipation, a way to manipulate the scenario to his advantage. Moreover, Gaban represents an example of experience for Luffy, an example of someone who, over time, developed control over Haki and his own mindset, someone who was able to understand and use this power in a more refined and profound way. For Luffy, this also implies an internal journey. In his quest for power, he needs to reflect on his own feelings, desires, and intentions. The combination of self-awareness and mastery of Haki could take Luffy to a new level of power. This is where the vision Luffy had of Gaban's Haki during the confrontation becomes crucial. Although the chapter didn't explicitly reveal all the details of how this vision will affect Luffy, we can assume that this experience will help him form a new perspective on Haki. The true greatness of Haki is not just in brute strength, but in the ability to use the energy efficiently, in a controlled and strategic manner. Luffy, with his Conqueror's Haki, already has the ability to dominate the will of others, but by understanding how Gaban uses Haki in a more balanced way, he will be able to further refine his unique fighting style, combining his willpower with refined technique. Luffy's focus on Conqueror's Haki so far has been more about manifesting his inner power and natural leadership. He can command forces and even influence the battlefield with his sheer presence and determination. However, the introduction of Gaban's Haki, especially regarding the control and refined application of armament Haki, could expand Luffy's potential, allowing him to more organically and strategically integrate Conqueror's Haki into his fights. Gaban's mental and emotional control over his power may be the key for Luffy to reach a level of skill where he can use Haki in a more balanced way. Additionally, considering Luffy's transformation into Gear 5, we have an even clearer demonstration of how the protagonist can integrate his new visions of Haki into his evolution. Gear 5 is the most powerful form Luffy has achieved so far, but what he still lacks is a deeper understanding of the strategic use of Haki within that transformation. The ability to infuse his body with unlimited power is impressive, but Luffy also needs to learn how to control and apply that power precisely. Haki, in this case, could act as the channel for this energy, allowing Luffy to use Gear 5 in a more controlled and destructive way. Therefore, Gaban serves as a hidden master for Luffy, someone who can guide him not just with words, but with his own fighting style. The way Luffy approaches this encounter will be crucial to his next stage of evolution. If he is able to absorb these lessons on control, precision, and strategic application of Haki, he will not only become stronger, but also smarter on the battlefield. The battle against Gaban, though brief, could have been the perfect opportunity for Luffy to understand that often, true strength doesn't lie in crushing enemies with sheer power, but in knowing when and how to release the necessary energy efficiently. If Luffy is able to learn and integrate this perspective, he will not only reach a new level of Haki, but also a new level of self-understanding. Something that will make him even more formidable as he advances on his journey to becoming the Pirate King. That was today's content. We hope you liked it and want to share your opinion on the subject. Don't forget to share the video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care and stay amazing.